Samuel Brooks was a tall, well-dressed black man in his mid-30s with an air of quiet confidence. He had a sharp mind and a calm demeanor, developed over years of hard work. A federal prosecutor by profession, Samuel had earned his reputation as a man of integrity. Despite his accomplishments, Samuel was humble and carried himself with grace. He believed in justice and had dedicated his life to ensuring everyone was treated fairly under the law. But like many others, Samuel knew the world wasn't always fair, and prejudice often lurked in unexpected places. It was an ordinary Friday morning in a bustling city courtroom. Samuel, dressed in a charcoal gray suit, was running late to an important meeting at the federal courthouse. On his way, he noticed a traffic light had malfunctioned, causing confusion at a busy intersection. A police officer waved cars through, but Samuel's car was pulled over anyway. The officer, a young man named Officer Green, looked at Samuel with suspicion. "License and registration," he demanded. Samuel complied calmly, handing over his documents. Green frowned. "Did you know you were blocking traffic back there?" Samuel responded with quiet assurance. "The light was malfunctioning, and I followed your signals. I wasn't blocking traffic, officer." But Green, noticing Samuel's calmness, seemed to get defensive. He scribbled a ticket and handed it over. "Tell it to the judge," he muttered. Samuel decided not to argue. He took the ticket, thanked the officer, and drove off. The following week, Samuel arrived at the municipal courthouse to contest the ticket. The room was filled with people waiting their turn. At the bench sat Judge Arthur Lanning, an older man with a stern face. Judge Lanning had been on the bench for decades and was known for his short temper and, unfortunately, for his biased rulings. When Samuel's name was called, he approached the bench confidently, carrying evidence to support his case, including a traffic report that confirmed the light was indeed malfunctioning. Judge Lanning looked up and immediately seemed to form an opinion. He leaned forward and sneered. "You're contesting a simple traffic ticket?" "Yes, Your Honor," Samuel said politely. "The light at the intersection was malfunctioning, and the officer directed me through. I have evidence to prove this." Lanning barely glanced at the papers Samuel handed over. Instead, he smirked. "I don't need to see your evidence. You were blocking traffic. That's the law. You'll pay the fine." Samuel tried to remain composed. "Your Honor, with all due respect, I believe the evidence proves I wasn't at fault." The judge leaned back in his chair, crossing his arms. "You people always think you can argue your way out of anything," he said dismissively. The courtroom fell silent. Those words cut deep, but Samuel held his ground. "Your Honor," he said firmly, "I don't think it's fair to make assumptions based on who I am. I'm here because I believe in justice." Judge Lanning laughed coldly. "Justice? In my courtroom, the law is justice. Pay the fine and leave." He banged his gavel without another word. Samuel didn't argue further. He paid the fine, but something inside him stirred. This wasn't just about a traffic ticket anymore. It was about standing up to prejudice. Later that week, Judge Lanning was scheduled to preside over a high-profile federal case involving organized crime. The federal prosecutor assigned to the case was none other than Samuel Brooks. When Samuel walked into the courtroom, now standing at the prosecutor's table, Judge Lanning's face turned pale. He adjusted his glasses, clearly recognizing the man he had dismissed so rudely. Samuel addressed the court with professionalism, laying out his opening statement. His commanding presence and clear articulation silenced the room. Judge Lanning couldn't ignore the respect Samuel commanded from everyone in the room, including the defense attorneys. During a recess, Judge Lanning called Samuel to his chambers. "Mr. Brooks," he began, his tone noticeably softer, "I had no idea you were a federal prosecutor." Samuel met his gaze evenly. "Your Honor, my profession shouldn't determine how I'm treated. Respect and fairness should be given to everyone, regardless of their title or background." The judge looked away, clearly uncomfortable. "Let's keep the focus on the case at hand," he said, trying to change the subject. As the trial progressed, Samuel's brilliant work on the case revealed shocking evidence of corruption within the city's legal system. The organized crime syndicate had been paying off officials, including Judge Lanning, to secure favorable rulings. The courtroom erupted when Samuel presented irrefutable proof of the judge's involvement. Judge Lanning sat frozen as Samuel addressed the court one final time. "Justice isn't just about enforcing the law," Samuel said, his voice steady. "It's about integrity, fairness, and treating everyone with respect. When those principles are compromised, the system fails us all." Judge Lanning was removed from the bench and later faced charges for his corruption. Samuel's unwavering commitment to justice had not only exposed a corrupt system, but also served as a powerful reminder that prejudice and bias have no place in the pursuit of fairness. Samuel walked out of the courthouse that day with his head held high. He had faced prejudice, stood his ground, and emerged stronger. His story became a beacon of hope for those fighting against injustice, proving that one person's courage can make a difference. And for Judge Lanning, it was a lesson he would never forget, a reminder that the truth has a way of revealing itself, no matter how deeply it's buried. That's the story, friends. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure sharing it with you all. Don't forget to comment below and let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see the global reach of these stories. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories, tips, and tricks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.